Hey there, welcome back to Megaman X. I am Solanus Dracone, and we're picking right back up where we left off after having defeated the Storm Eagle. The next logical stage in this progression is the Flame Mammoth. Yeah. Alright, so this stage is normally coated with lava and molten rock and all that, molten metal, because it's a scrapyard. But since we defeated this Chill Penguin stage, then it's actually completely frozen over, so you can real easily, cheesily work your way along the floor here. Now that we have some energy tanks, we're able to actually gain some more in the sub-tank there, so we'll be able to keep ourselves alive a bit better. Now this right here is where you can get the arm upgrade, and it's a little bit tricky. What you kind of have to do is slide off of here and catch on over there, and it's impossible to do without the headgear, so let's give it a go. Alright, there you go, bam. Oh, first try. If you accidentally kick down one of the blocks down there, you're kind of fucked, so alright, let's go Dr. Light. And arm upgrade. Now, this is kind of my least favorite arm upgrade of all the games. I don't like the final mode of it there, but you know, it's good to have all the parts because now we're fully geared out. And so, as you can see, it releases like a stream of powerful shots. Although, again, its use is very limited. You'll also notice that as you charge it up and get to the third stage of pinkness, that there's a very small little piece, a wedge that comes back out behind you, and that gives you just a little bit of protection. But what this also allows us to do is use some of our super weapons here, charged attacks with some of the boss weapons, and the Sting Chameleon's one is very, very useful. So I'm just going to grab this heart container over here and work my way through these pickaxe guys, and look at this, with the beam, you not only avoid getting hit by these guys for the most part, but you can also pretty much one-shot them, so it's really, really situationally useful here. And you'll want to take as much opportunity as you can to max out your energy tanks. It only takes a couple, and there's usually spots in the Mega Man X games where you can do that, so take a flying leap off of here, and you'll see that we can kick out blocks too, so that's helpful. Although it can get a little frustrating when you're trying to get in here, time it right, but here we go, another energy tank, lovely. So let's get our invincibility on and go. Just sprint past these guys, don't even worry about them. We have plenty of juice for this. And that's just that easy. This is a spot that, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get by, just that first bit at least, by sliding on the ground. So, just do our thing. Not too bad, not too hard. Dealing with these guys can be a pain in the ass. Normally I don't deal with them, I just kind of wreck my way through them, but I guess I'll do a little bit here. I'll even take a few shots, I don't care. I'll take a few groin stabs to the face. It's alright. Flame Mammoth time is now, and he is exceptionally weak against the Storm Tornado. Now this is one of those bosses that you actually don't gain any benefit whatsoever from the charged version of the attack. So just use the regular attack, and if you time it right, you can actually peg him twice with it. Nice little rolling floor on the room. What this guy's going to do is he's going to make his little elephant roar, and that's going to cause the conveyor belt at the bottom to change direction, as you can see right there. He also lobs out globs of oil and lights them up with flames from his trunk. So it's easy enough to hit him if you can kind of double hit him, I mean, if you can catch him with the tornado with the right timing. But as you can see, we took him down, we wrecked him. It's just that easy. Awesome. And so now we get the Fire Wave. And it's pretty useful in certain circumstances there. There are some places that it's not really all that useful. It's not as powerful a weapon as you might think, but now that we've got that, let's just take a moment to dash on into the Chill Penguin stage and see about getting the heart container there. It's gonna be kind of a breeze now. Oh god, that's terrible. I should just invincibility up and smooth sail. That's what I should do. I'm trying to take these bats out so that way I can pep up my canisters a little bit. But I really shouldn't even be bothering with it. I should just be smooth sailing. I should just be cool modeing my way through this. A lot easier now that we have the boots this time around. And yeah, this is another one of those places where the invincibility is really handy. Just tank your way through it, you know? Get on by. You don't want to have to sit here and deal with these guys. Alright, so what you do here is you jump on top of this. Fuck off. And just, come on, get the fuck out of here. And you jump out of the top, and there you go. Flame it up, and bam, we got a heart container. Cool. So we'll just exit on out of here. Not worry about this stuff. Alright, so the Flame Mammoth normally hurts the Chill Penguin, which, you know, it's already dead, so we're gonna go after the Spark Mandrill now. And this is, yet again, one of those stages that is affected by your performance and others. Notice here the wrecked ruins of the airship. And they basically took out a bunch of the glass tubing when the ship fell through here, so all the electrics are just screwed up here. It's probably a good idea to do some of my invincibility here, just because I don't want to have to deal. And it's not that hard to make your way through in the dark. You can see the floor beneath you if you're at all possibly half careful. Okay. Well, I'll use a Flame Mammoth thing here. It's a quick way to get rid of those birds, at least. And you gotta be careful with these bees. Not the bees! Oh, that name. Alright. Drop your way down, and here, a lot of folks like to use the flame thing, but I prefer the tornado. Get the fuck off of me. Now, this guy is seriously weakened by the fact that everything has gone to shit here because of the aircraft dropping, because he can't get his charge up, so this guy is practically useless. I guess I'll try out the flame thing a little bit. It's okay. Actually, it does a pretty good job. May use it more. But yeah, this fight is normally fairly tough, and it's been made completely trivial by just taking the stages in the right order. So, bam, there you go. I think I want to save some of those. I'm mainly watching out for the turtle cannon things, because they have a bit of a setup where they're easier to hit and kill with the tornado. And I know there's a secret around here somewhere, so I'm just trying to work my way through it without fucking too much up. Okay. These things easily taken out by that. Oh, heart container, good. Now this can be another tricky one to get, but looks like I nailed it the first time. I guess I'm on point for my inaugural playthrough of this. And I don't even have time for this shit. Don't even have a second for this shit. Come on, get up there. My hands are wrecked. Alright, another one of these sections here. And I cannot oversell the usefulness of the chameleons. Just, you know, chameleonics, the camouflage. Okay, so the Spark Mandrill is weak against the Chill Penguin's shot, and it actually freezes him, is what it does. So you can pretty well chain wreck this guy. And it doesn't matter if you hit him with the full-on shot, or with the sprinkle back, so check it out. I hit him with that, and then I hit him with that. You see, I just basically froze him no matter what I did. So you can really chain cycle this guy. No kill. Well, he hit me, so it's just that easy. I mean, look at that, we wrecked him. He is completely and totally fucked. And we now have his weapon. As always. Electric Spark. I pretty much never use this one. It doesn't have a lot of practical applications except against the armadillo. So that's where we're going to go next, is the armadillo stage. Just kind of steamroll through the game, really. I mean, I'm not trying to brag or sound like I'm awesome, but it's not that hard. Armored Armadillo. So this is also the place where you can really quickly fill up your energy tanks just by killing all the bats. So I let that thing go. I'm here to kill. Get my energy tanks filled up. Now there's also a throwback in this stage to the final bubble bat ever. And he has a very high chance of giving you a 1-up, so you should definitely take advantage of this place if you're trying to fill up your energy tanks or get a lot of 1-ups there. I don't have time for you birds. Pretty simple stuff. This stage also features some rolling armor guys, and the first one, it's okay to just go ahead and let him go by, because behind him is hiding an energy tank. Now, the second one, because there is going to be another one of these, the second one, you do not want to actually let him go by. You want to try and race in front of him, because he's hiding the heart tank. This guy is only kind of breaking down the path to get those 2 energy tanks up there. And when he falls into the spike pit, he's dead anyway, so nothing to it, really. And I'm not even worried about taking damage here. Just skip on through. I don't have time for this shit. This is pretty cool. I like riding the minecart thing here. Just wrecked my way on through, and gotta be careful when it runs out. Then, you know, it can knock you for a loop. So this one, we're gonna want to take out, so I'm gonna try and flame him up, and I gotta be careful not to let my charge get up too high on that, because if I release the flame wave, which is the final, you know, I guess super attack of the flame wave, then it will unfortunately not kill him. So I'm gonna go ahead and charge up with that super attack for you here. And that's what that does, and it's pretty powerful, don't get me wrong, it's just not quite what I'm going for. And there's actually another secret in this stage. There is a capsule, but you can't get it unless you have all of the heart tanks and all of the bosses killed and all the other things, so that's something that we'll do later on. It's a little bit boring to get it, but it's actually a pretty uber powerful weapon, and it makes some of the stages pretty easy, some of the bosses at least, if you can manage to pull it off. So, alright, get our spark ready. And just an explanation of this boss is he is armored, hence the name Armored Armadillo. What the spark does is if you hit him with it, then it will actually destroy his armor. And with that armor gone, then you can hit him at all times. So when he's doing his roll around crashing thing, he is no longer armored. Destroy. Bam. So, you know, when he's thrashing about doing his bouncing around the room, you can hit him when he's rolling if you've destroyed his armor, so, you know, that's how it's used against him. And that's, like I said in the last episode, some of the enemies are weakened a little bit by using something that weakens them. even if it's not just the weapon that weakens the boss, or rather that the boss is weak against, but there is one instance that we're about to face, which is going to be the launch octopus. And it's kind of a dick boss because he's weak against the rolling shield, but he also fires missiles like a bastard from his arms. And so, you know, actually if you beat the Boomer Kuwanger, which I don't know, I guess it's a Kuwanis beetle, I have no fucking clue, his blade will actually chop off all of the octopus's arms. But the Boomer Kuwanger is a little bit difficult to manage, so maybe not right now. Let's see. Yeah, you have to defeat the Launch Octopus stage to unlock the path to the heart container in the Chameleon stage, so we're going to go ahead and do that. This is actually one of the more difficult bosses for me. And this stage has all kinds of fun little tricks, you know, it's both at the same time one of my most loved and also one of my most hated stages in the game, simply because of the dickness that goes on. Storm Tornado is going to be really useful here. You want to try and keep that topped off if you can manage it. Oh, damn, that was close. Ooh. I gotta be more careful. Here's one of the dicker parts coming up right here when you got the fish submarine. Get out of my way, seahorses. Damn Yagaras. You don't have to take out his thing first, but I like to. And it's actually, this is probably the right weapon to use against him, because you notice it's also destroying the eels that come out of him. He'll suck at you, he'll blow on you, he'll do all the things. You would normally think that would make him a pretty ideal candidate. Let me try to Super Buster him a little bit here. Well, that did pretty well, but that's probably because I had him already on the ropes. Definitely want to max out the tornado burst there. These guys are kind of stupid. Watch, they suck you in, that's it. Jump a couple of times and they blow up. That's it, they just hold you and float around. No big deal. Now this one is extra treacherous because of the way that you can fall into the pit by mistake. And he'll send you either direction to try and kill you. The trick is just to jump up and out of the range of the bubbles there. And hopefully you can outtime the way that he tries to suck on you. Oh shit, 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 shit. Well, that's okay if he's... See, you really gotta keep track... Gotta keep track of things here. You know what, screw this. I'm going back here, and I'm doing this. Because I am not about to play your game. Okay, now I've got to be careful about the way that I use my Storm Tornado stuff here, because it's pretty useful against certain other guys here. Against the enemy up ahead, which is pretty cool actually, it's a big old floating sub, then this is useful. And you do want to take this guy down, because he will unlock the path to getting the heart container for this stage. See, he breaks through the ground. And splat, there we go. So here we're gonna fight a snake. And this is literally the easiest way to do this. Just one to the back of the head and bam. He is only weak on his head and his tail. Awesome. That went swimmingly. Heart container, and now I have as much life as I have weapon energy. That is good. We'll have one more of those assholes to deal with. Right up ahead. I'll take this episode, I think, as far as taking out Boomer Kuwanger, and save some of the other stuff for another episode. Probably can't get him with one shot this way, but, you know, 2 shots is only one more than 1 shot, so that's perfectly fine. I'm actually a little worried about fighting the launch octopus because them missiles, yo. Get the fuck off of me. He is weak to a certain extent against the rolling shield, but you gotta be careful, and I think what I'm gonna do is charge up the rolling shield super, which does this. I don't know how good it is outside of the room. I may not have done the right thing by using it before I got in here. Oh, he says we're going down. Yeah, he's the most likely to be weak against this. And it probably helps against the missiles here. Yeah, it really does. Try to get him when he's on the down low. You actually kind of have to get in his face a bit. Now, I've got doubts as to whether he's truly weak against this, because he doesn't seem to be doing much. Bam, there we go. Alright, cool. That wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Oddly enough, some of the stages are just easier, and some of the stages are just harder. I don't know, just that's how it is. This stage is not terribly difficult, but you saw there were a lot of challenges, a lot of things to have to deal with. We get Horming Torpedo, I love that. Horming Torpedo. That's good old Japanese English for you. Alright, the final stage time is nearing us. I just want to go in and grab the heart container from the Sting Chameleon stage. And like I said, ain't nobody got time for that. Just gonna invisible my way through it. Bam, bam, bam. Look at that. Get on through. Alright, so it's down here, and this place actually floods out when you beat the Launch Octopus stage. And it's necessary for it to flood out simply because you cannot make this jump if there is no water there. You need the buoyancy of the water to carry you. So, alright, that being done, we escape. And there is one more energy tank for us to get, and one more heart container. We actually need to complete the Boomer Coanger stage to get either of them. The energy tank is on the Spark Mandrill stage, and the heart container is in the Boomer Coanger stage. And you kind of have to snag them with the boomerang. And you can't get that unless you beat this guy, so there we go, Boomer Coanger. God, what a weird name. I think this stage kind of throws back just a little bit to the tone of the Electric Man stage, or Elec Man in Mega Man 1, because it's a nice vertical shaft, vertical shaft with all sorts of enemies lining it. It's pretty valuable to use the Chameleon's camouflage here, simply because you can avoid a lot of damage that way. And when you're actually in that status, though, you have to change to the inventory screen to get out of it. And I just like to use the tornadoes to deal with those turtle launchers, like I said. It's nice and neat. Get wrecked. Okay. Now, this is a place where you'll want to actually use the rolling shield, because there are a ton of enemies that come at you from all angles, and you really just want to be able to pay attention to dodging the obstacles. It doesn't wear out until you hit something that's too much for it to bear, and smaller enemies are more than, you know, it's more than enough for smaller enemies, so you can literally just take this area easy. And it speeds up a bit here, but, you know, there's really nothing too challenging here. Now, it's not as useful in the next part, which is where we're dealing with these things coming out of the wall. Well, actually, it is pretty useful. It stays useful for the rest of the stage, pretty much. So, yeah, there you go. Use the hell out of it. It is OP. Destroys everything. Not the entire rest of the stage, of course, because the enemies up ahead can be a little bit problematic. But it gets you through this section, and there's that heart container, as sons of bitches. Alright, let's just cheese our way through this. Don't even give a crap about you. Ah, fudge. Well, let's charge her up again. Gotta remember these floating platforms here can be troublesome. God, the dash is not activating. Alright. me just go ahead and launch one. See, the problem is that the emulators can't do any better, unfortunately, than the maximum capabilities of the NES processor, or SNES processor, I should say, so they struggle with this part just like it did. Alright, final of the 8 bosses. It is Boomer Coanger, and he is weak against the torpedoes. They are actually homing torpedoes, or rather, horming torpedo. Here they just say homing T, so yeah, whatever. And their super is okay against him, but not any more so than the regular, so just, boom, zoom around. Just keep up on the top of the screen, and he virtually can't hit you. Otherwise, he could wreck you. Boy, my thumbs are not in fighting form today. Damn. Lost one. You gotta be careful firing off the edge of the screen. But there you go. Boomer Coanger is dead. And I think that's enough for this episode here. My next one's just gonna be a sort of a little cleanup farming run where I go and get the heart tanks and the sub-tank, and also get that other secret before I start taking on the Sigma stages. So, let's just enjoy our new boomerang cutter. And it's not too bad a weapon. I don't really use it for all that much. But, okay, I think that does it. Oh wait, scene. Finally, we've found Sigma's fortress. Let's go in and put an end to his war against the humans. And that's it. Bleh. Alright, so there's the Mamma Jamma himself, Sigma, the Maverick leader. So, alright, that's gonna be the end of this episode here, and I do thank you for watching. I am Solon Chacon, and this has been Megaman X.